But a big political story of the day, General Bipin Rawat, Chief of the Army Staff, says it's time for another surgical strike on Pakistan's state-sponsored terror. But what type of surgical strike? He's keeping his cards close to his chest. In an exclusive interview to India Today's Manjeet Singh Negi, General Rawat said there is no drop in infiltration. There are no indications that Pakistan is cracking down on India-centric terror. He made the Indian Army stand very clear that the tough posture that the army has adopted along the line of control will continue.
एक और कार्रवाई की जरूरत तो मैं मानता हूं है, लेकिन कार्रवाई किस तरह की जाए वो मैं आपको बताना नहीं चाहूंगा.
Strong words from General Bipin Rawat, Chief of the Army Staff. Barely 5 days before the second anniversary of the surgical strikes into Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, General Rawat said it was time for another surgical strike, but chose not to elaborate on the timing and the nature of the strike to send another message to Pakistan state-sponsored terror. General Rawat insists terror from Pakistan continues unchecked despite Pakistan requesting India for a ceasefire after the punitive artillery strikes at the line of control earlier this year.
देखिए, पाकिस्तान की तरफ से जब रिक्वेस्ट आई थी मई 2018 में कि चलिए बार बार सीमा पर उल्लंघन हो रहा है, सीज़फायर मतलब को नकारा जा रहा है और दोनों तरफ से गोला बारूद का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, तो इसमें अगर हम सीज़फायर कर सकते हैं तो क्यों ना इस पर ध्यान दें. तो हमने भी विचार विमर्श किया, हमने कहा हाँ ठीक है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद लगातार इन्फिल्ट्रेशन चल रहा है.
The government has been closely monitoring developments in Pakistan, and the army chief insists there are conflicting signals emerging from Pakistan. While the civilian leadership may talk of peace and dialogue, there are no indications on ground that the Pakistan army and intelligence agencies have stopped their support to terror or that any action has been taken against India-centric terror.
पाकिस्तान में जो सरकार है और वहाँ की जो फ़ौज है, वहाँ का जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, उनको सब जो भी कार्रवाई करनी है वो एकजुट होकर करनी पड़ेगी. मेरे ख्याल में जब तक वो पाकिस्तान के ISI को कंट्रोल में नहीं रखेंगे तब तक इस तरह की कार्रवाई होते रहेगी.
As the government plans to organize Parakram Parv to mark the second anniversary of the surgical strikes post the Uri terror attacks, the army along the line of control is on a state of heightened alert amidst intelligence inputs of a Pakistani attempt to disrupt the celebrations. The tense situation has also sparked off another debate on the impact and effects of the surgical strikes.
In the current situation on line of control and second anniversary of surgical strike, Army Chief General Bipin Rawat's message is loud and clear for Pakistan. If they don't mend their ways, there can be another surgical strike on line of control. This is Manjeet Negi for India Today.
A stern message there from the Chief of the Army Staff. Let me quickly bring in my guests on the broadcast. Joining me now from Pakistan is Qamar Cheema. He's a noted defense analyst. Major General Sivach, a defense veteran, with me in the studio. Also with me is our Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan. Qamar Cheema, another surgical strike because Pakistan doesn't seem to get the message, and it may not be the same way that it happened last time. So you don't know whether our troops are going to come again and kill your terrorists because you refuse to do that. So it could be any other way, sir. Okay, clearly Qamar Cheema, he can either not hear me or doesn't want to answer that question.
Hello.
Qamar Cheema, if you can hear me, since Pakistan refuses to take action against India-centric terror, does this mean India will have to do it? We'll have to do it ourselves because you refuse to punish terrorists?
Well, I think India has been harping this theme that Pakistan is not doing enough. I think there is too much of the rhetoric. And looking at the Army Chief's statement, it seems that Indian Army Chief is a politician, or he has to make a political party after retarement, or he's seeking
hang
some
on.
seat.
That's not my question to you.
The question
sir,
is,
मैं आपसे हमेशा आपका नाम पूछता हूँ, आप गाड़ी का नंबर बताते हो. सर, ऐसे नहीं होता. आपको जवाब, सर, आपसे एक सवाल, सिंपल सवाल पूछा है. आप India is not saying you do more. America is telling you to do more. India is saying at least do something.
This is what Pakistan is
Sir,
asking
there is a
America
difference.
to do in
India is saying
Afghanistan.
कुछ तो करो. किसी के खिलाफ तो कार्रवाई करो.
America or in Afghanistan, the world community has not done enough in Afghanistan. This is our rhetoric. Afghanistan was their mess.
But it's your rhetoric. You need to go on facts.
India has to clear the mess. Is India ready? Is the largest democracy on earth ready to clear the mess in Kashmir? The mess you have created yourself?
Sir, Kashmir is not a mess. Any mess in Kashmir, General Siraj has been created by Pakistan.
Sir, pellet gun,
अब आप बोलना छोड़ दो, कोई सुन नहीं रहा. इतना, sir, how much have you gone and cried in UN? Nobody was listening to you. अब उससे आगे बढ़ते हैं. अब उससे तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. The whole world is telling you to do more. India is saying at least do something. But General Siraj, they refuse to even do something.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, Chima, now, okay, will you hold on now? You say, as far as Pakistan is concerned, time and again India has warned them. But the infiltration on line of control attempts are being made one after the other. That is a good thing, that all infiltration attempts on the line of control has been foiled and the terrorists by and large are killed. As far as in the valley floor is concerned, we have given them an opportunity that benefit of doubt was given to Imran Khan once he had taken over.
Okay.
Let us help him out. And that's how India agreed. India agreed that our foreign minister can also meet Mohammad Qureshi there on the sideline of United Nations General Assembly. But imagine what they did. They have killed in a close-ball murder the RBSF chap in Samba. Thereafter, 3 SPOs were killed on behalf of...
India just plays on the bodies of your soldiers.
Okay. They have been killed by the terrorists on the behalf of ISI. So that municipal election and your panchayat election cannot take place. So therefore, as far as Pakistan is concerned, Pakistan needs to be taught the lesson. Okay. The time has come for second surgical strike. Yes, chief has not told, but I am very sure that he has got his own things in reserve. What action will be taken? But we will take a strong action as far as Pakistan. If Pakistan does not mind its way.
Okay, let's move forward. I want to keep this going. I want to move beyond the rhetoric. Gentlemen, stay with me. Stay with me for a moment. Stay with me for a moment. Pakistan lost to India in both the Asia Cup encounters. But that hasn't stopped Team Imran Khan. Arey sir, sun to lo. That hasn't stopped Team Imran Khan from bowling a diplomatic googly. Pakistan's Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry today told India Today's Geeta Mohan in an exclusive interview that Pakistan had decided to open the Kartarpur Sahib corridor for Sikh pilgrims to visit there without a visa. But the proposal had to come in writing from India, seeking, does that mean that Pakistan says the quid pro quo is, we'll open the Kartarpur Sahib corridor, India should resume comprehensive bilateral dialogue. Let's listen in.
It's the question of the Indian citizens' visits or visit facilitation to Pakistan. So, in my view, Indian government has to issue or maybe send some formal letter or anything that to kind of move forward on this. But as far as we are concerned, we have already done more. Even on the ground, we have I would say created, not only that we have created an environment for that, we have we are moving physically towards that. We have in our mind, we have we have completed the homework on that. We have a kind of criteria that how can we use this facility, and basically we want to facilitate the citizens of India, and it's a religious belief and we respect that, and we want to basically it was just another initiative of peace.
So India has been making this request for decades. Suddenly this milk of human kindness starts flowing now. Geeta, what prompted this? Is this another googly that Pakistan's bowling?
Well, it did come as a surprise to me, Gaurav, because till very recently we were wondering whether if Pakistan is going to put it on a piece of paper and send a proper formal proposal or not. But it seems like with the calling off of talks, what Pakistan was trying to do was use maybe the Kartarpur corridor as one of the chips in their kitty to really move forward with what they really want, and that's resumption of dialogue, which is what Fawad Chaudhry, the Information and Broadcasting Minister of Pakistan, also also reiterated and mentioned that it is just one step of the way, but because the meeting was called off and they thought it was knee-jerk reaction, they've pulled out of Kartarpur also.
So they've pulled out of Kartarpur Sahib corridor. So, Kamar Chima Sahib, your country seems to have bowled a googly because India has been making this request for decades, including in writing, by the way. So Fawad Chaudhary, your information minister, was telling my colleague Geeta Mohan that let that proposal come in writing. That proposal is already with you in writing, but no forward movement on that. You want that to happen only if comprehensive bilateral dialogue resumes.
Well, I think the Hindu India will not like this to open for the Sikh India.
Sir,
we have been talking.
There is no difference.
The formal proposal is coming up. The formal proposal is coming up, and that is the magnanimity of the Pakistan's political leadership.
Sir, Geeta Mohan, sir, आपने सुना नहीं शायद. You are so much in love with your voice that you didn't even hear the other guests.
Political leadership in Pakistan is looking at the larger picture. This is what the magnanimity and the generosity of the Imran Khan and his government.
Sir, आपने सुना नहीं शायद. You may be an Islamic country.
But we are not.
You may be an Islamic country. India is a secular country. सेक्युलर शब्द सुना है आपकी डिक्शनरी में? सेक्युलर शब्द है? आतिफ मियां को जो निकालने वाले अपने देश से, ये पूछो सेक्युलर वर्ड सुना है आपने? सेक्युलर देश है इंडिया. जनरल सिवाज,
Chima, you please listen to this. As far as India is concerned, we are a secular nation. All religions are equally treated. And as far as Qatar Sahib concerned, we have given you proposal not once, almost 10 times in writing it has been given. This is the long-standing demand of Indians, not only Sikhs, of all Indians. But you have not paid any attention. You want to play to the gallery. You play this googly. You want to create a rift between two communities. That is the thing. You have no positive aim. You just want to create a rift between Hindus and Sikhs. That is your aim. You do not mean good to us. And you need to be taught lesson, that's what all. And that is what it is required.
So Geeta, what is Government of India's position on the Kartarpur Sahib corridor as on date?
Well, the Indian administration was very clear that these were proposals that were sent by India to all the past administrations in Pakistan. But for now, what the stand of Government of India is that any talk on any matter can be taken forward. There are functional meetings that happen between India and Pakistan. But the policy is on the larger issue. Talks and terror can't go hand in hand. And in that, Pakistan will have to show some kind of forward movement for India to start talking or having any kind of conversations on any front.
So what does forward movement mean as far as Government of India is concerned, Geeta?
Well, some action against 26/11 perpetrators, some action maybe against the Pathankot attackers. We have the Uri attack. There are many attacks, but for us the main concern would be, or the main give would be, if Pakistan moves on Hafiz Saeed, Zakir Rahman Lakhvi and at least brings them to book.
Kamar Chima, as a Pakistani who says that Pakistan itself is a victim of terror, and I do have my sympathies. You've lost 7 soldiers, including a young captain in North Waziristan, I think just day before yesterday. So can India expect your country to take any action whatsoever against Hafiz Mohammad Saeed for 26/11? It's been 10 years, long enough to act against terrorists.
Well, I think I have spoken time and again on Hafiz Saeed that Pakistan's government need to have a clear position on Hafiz Saeed, and they need to have a clear. They need to tell the courts a clear position. Hafiz Saeed is a liability for Pakistan. I have been very vocal on that. The point is that the things don't end at Hafiz Saeed. Till that time, the unfinished business of partition in Kashmir is not resolved.
Hafiz Saeed is just one terrorist.
The people of Kashmir do not get the right
Hafiz Saeed is just one terrorist. What about Maulana Masood Azhar, who tried to kill your own president?
The question is not just of Hafiz Saeed. The question is of the militarization of Kashmir. The question is of 700,000.
I am sorry. So you cannot equate the two. You cannot equate the two that because. But you first have to take action against terror. Golibari to rukni chahiye. Golibari to roko.
Stop this sending infiltrators. Stop sending the terrorists along the line of control.
If Palestine issue is not resolved, the people of Palestine will respond. If Kashmir issue is not answered, the people of Kashmir will respond.
So your threat is terror will continue as long as Kashmir doesn't happen. Sir, you see your size and you see our size. Just look at the size of the two countries, look at the size of the two economies. So if that is your threat,
so that means India should be a irresponsible state?
No, it's not. No, sir, irresponsible, sir. It is irresponsible, but that's not the point. The point is, unless you take action against terrorists, we cannot move forward.
Absolutely.
That is very basic. Agar ye Pakistan ko nahi samajh aata, then we might as well continue the way we are.
When will India we will behave responsibly?
When you take action against terrorists, sir, 10 years is long enough.
We can't stop people.
Okay.
There is an indigenous struggle going on.
It is not indigenous. Hafiz Saeed is not. Thankfully, he is not Indian.
Majority of them are from Lashkar-e-Toba, Jaise Mohammed.
Exactly.
They are the one which have been aided and abetted by Pakistan. Please, Chima, understand that. You are a hub center of terrorism.
They are not abetted by Pakistan.
And all the terrorists are being aided and abetted by Pakistan.
Okay.
And you are sending them from there.
Don't worry.
Understand that the Americans are also putting pressure on you. You are feeling the heat now. You have been isolated in the world.
Okay.
Financial Action Task Force.
I quickly want to shift focus to the other big story. Come on, Chiva Sahab.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.